what steps have you already taken to meet some of the goals you have for the African Society since you were elected?
Initially, I had to put in place some kind of structure because I was elected chair and with one treasurer. Okay. And that meant I needed secretary general, I need vice chairs, I need deputies, everybody, you know, I needed the whole team. So I have worked very hard and put the executive committee, most of them in place. We still have a few positions that are available, and I appeal to all the members to, you know, come and let's discuss. If you're interested in being a vice president from the bank group, because we already have a vice president from the IMF group. Okay. If you are also interested in being a secretary general from the bank group, we already have one secretary general from the IMF group. These are key positions that are still open, and we are looking for people. I have also been able to put together an advisory council. That's what I put in place first before I even succeeded in putting together the executive committee. I have a tremendously super advisory council. They are very helpful, they're dedicated, they're 11 people. I consult with them, you know, separately. A few times I've called meetings and they've come, you know, with the best spirit. One of them is even retired and he always, you know, gives me his time. All of them are great. I have been very fortunate because that was the only way through which I could have known what's going on in the society, because I didn't have any formal handing over. Okay. So, you know, from the previous chair for reasons that the members know. Okay. So the advisory council is in place. The executive committee is fairly in place. We need more people in. So those are some of the things I've put in place. But externally also, I've been able to move. I've moved and managed to appoint one Goodwill ambassador. He is a vice chancellor from the University of Ilorin. And he is very, very interested in supporting the society. He's also vice chair of the African Association of Universities, which is the academic arm of the African Society. Okay. So we have a Goodwill ambassador in place, and we still could use Goodwill ambassadors, one or two from North America, and maybe one or two from Africa. Now, I've also put in place external advisors, and we have a couple of advisors, including Ambassador George Healy, who is the brother of late Alex Healy, and we also have a professor from University of Akron, Professor Marvin Peake. So we have these things in place, and these are ways by which to proceed with the work. We have established a relationship with the Congressional Black Caucus, which was a traditional partner for many years, but then I think in the last 3 or 4 years, that relationship was not carried forth, and we have been able to rekindle that relationship, and they are fully on board with us. We are going to jointly sponsor a roundtable here at the World Bank with them and with a couple of other organizations. We have also reestablished a relationship with Constituency for Africa, which is also a traditional partner of the bank. Again, we have established a relationship, rekindled a relationship with International Federation of International Foundation for Education and Self-Help, one of the Dr. Leon Sullivan's foundations, which was formed in the 80s and has been you know, a strategic partner with the bank for a while, with the World Bank Group, IMF, African Society for a while. But then that relationship went cold, and we have rekindled that. Okay. Yes.
And one of the things you've also done is traveled to different countries to speak with staff about some of the issues that they're facing.
So far, I've traveled only to one country and spoke with staff. But within one country, there was an event that was attended by about 27 representatives from 27 countries. I spoke with the staff from 27 countries during that time, and we discussed issues that they have a problem with. I also spoke with the staff here in DC, and so I've spoken with staff from a total of 30 countries. And the main issue that each one of them brings and talks about collectively and even, you know, individually is the health insurance that they have in the countries. The newly introduced health insurance is not working for them. And also the salary scale for country staff is very low in some countries. And that is an issue which is so compelling to the extent that we have, created a position of vice chair dedicated only to the country staff. And this is a new position which we didn't have before. We have had two vice presidents, one from IMF, vice chairs, one from IMF, one from the World Bank Group. But because of the seriousness of this situation, we have an extra vice chair. And this extra vice chair is dedicated to pursuing the issues that are affecting the staff in the countries. We have also put in place a committee made up of a few people from the countries to work with this vice president and pursue these issues that are affecting staff in the countries.